recording everything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another.
There we go.
Off to a good start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another great episode of Granted Radio. We are the hub of the OC music scene and winners of OC Weekly's Best Podcast for 2018.
That's
which
right.
Is basically ages ago at this point. Leading our squad today is Emo Alaeddin.
What's up?
And according to my sources,
Uh-huh.
he used 2 of his 3 wishes for the perfect hair.
Well, the first one,
What happened?
well, I should have been more specific. I ended up looking like a chick, but then this happened.
Hey, it happens, man. Sitting next to him is Ernest Moore, the most responsible out of all of us because he was actually here on time. Thank you, Ernest.
What's up, Ernest?
He's a protege who works tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure our podcast is great. And I am Alex Elespuru, the man whose Cancun tan lasted about 15 minutes. Today we are very excited to welcome this rock band into the studio, the Whearabouts.
Yeah! What up, dude?
Woo! Of course.
We're so glad to have you here. Oh, my
Happy to
God,
be here,
man.
brother.
Wow, and we're in unison. How about that?
I love
Oh my
it.
gosh.
So it's a 4-piece, right?
Yeah.
We like to go around the room and kind of just get your names
Yes.
and what your position
I'll
is.
start, guys. My name's Andy.
And you play the drums.
Oh, yeah, that.
I'm surprised you didn't lead with that.
I do play drums.
My name's CJ, and I sing and play the rhythm guitar.
Yes, you do.
My name's Andrew. I play the lead guitar.
Nice.
My name's Tim, and I do all the other stuff the guys don't want to do.
Which is the bass.
To be more
fat.
Be more
I tell you, man. We don't get the love we deserve, man. I'm a bass player too, but there are a lot of bass players that are kind of lazy. So there's a reason why.
We've had our experiences
Some
on
don't
the
even
show
show
with
up.
bass players.
Yeah, some don't even show up to the interview. So you're here, dude. We like you.
doing it.
So how's your morning been so far? You guys enjoying the fact you have to wake up early and start performing, or is that
Yeah.
just totally fine?
Just another day, man.
Could
Yeah.
be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do these morning performances?
We've done these at Saddleback and at Chapman College.
Oh,
cool.
We've done a few of them.
He went to Chapman.
Yeah, I graduated from Chapman.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, we did the junior college radio.
Yeah,
He was there.
yeah. Actually, I host that. Emo was on that show at one
That's
point.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice
Small
connection.
world.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you guys are performers. I mean, we can tell just by your sound. You guys are just locked in.
yeah.
Do you guys try to gig out as much as you can, or do you guys practice more just to get your sound dialed in?
A little bit of both, honestly. I mean, we try to gig as much as possible
Yeah.
and just keep it up like that.
Are you guys the type of band that sets a certain day, like Tuesdays, 7 to 9 is our day?
We used to have a really rigorous practice schedule where we'd do like 2 days a week, and we would just hammer everything out.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of at that part where we're doing maybe once a week. We're kind of getting back into the swing of things, but it's kind of ingrained in our memory at this point.
I love that. How many songs do you guys have between you guys?
Oh, wow. Are we talking originals, covers?
I guess everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys were to put on like a marathon concert, how long would it be?
When we started the band, we had a goal of writing 100 songs in, what was it, 5 years or something? I think we're probably close to maybe 50 or 60 at least.
Oh my
And
goodness!
we've been writing songs since 2012, so that's 6 years. And,
How do you come up with topics? I mean, you got to run out of things to say after like 60.
absolutely not, man. There's always something, especially in this day and age, all the crazy stuff that's going on. There's always something to say about stuff.
I love that.
CJ just takes a newspaper, pins it up on the wall, and throws the darts.
Is that what you do? A part of it? You look at what's going on in the world and you kind of reflect on it.
A lot of my lyrics are they deal with like social issues or but a lot of them deal with personal issues too.
Sure.
And some of them are just written for fun. I mean, I'll write a song about a sports car,
Yeah.
but the next day I'll write a song about how the government's messing everything up. So.
Yes, that's its job, isn't it? Just to ruin everything. Yeah, I get that.
Pass.
Do you ever get people that say, "Hey, you know what? I know you wrote that about me," and it had nothing to do with them?
Oh, wait, no, hang on, bro. Singers always do that, but they'll never admit to it. So hang on, let's see what he's going to say. Go ahead.
The only single person I write songs about is my wife, and I write a lot of love songs, some blues songs. I have a
smart
song called
answer.
Indigo Blues.
So you have to say they're about her, basically.
And she loves it. My mom, she's married to a musician, and he's written her a single jingle that lasts about 15 seconds. So,
Wow.
they get in arguments about whether or not her husband should be taking notes for me or whatever. But that's the only person I write songs about. I mean, I don't write songs about like, other musicians, or I just, prefer to keep my distance in that way.
And how did you meet your wife? Was it through music or?
It kind of was. The old bass player for this band, it was his birthday, and I was out at his birthday party at Irvine Spectrum, and I met her there, and that was the end of it. It was literally love at first sight.
It isn't easy dating a musician. So, I mean, do you guys find challenges, or is she totally supportive and gets it?
She's 100% supportive. I mean, it is a little easier for us because we're not out on the road all the time. I mean, if you're, a real professional, you're touring constantly, and it's rough.
It's a grind, absolutely.
But we're kind of lucky in the sense where we don't have a record label. We're kind of independent. We can kind of do whatever we want, whenever we want, wherever we want.
We love that.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really great. 90% of our revenue goes straight to our bank account. And, we have a booking agent.
It's amazing. What's the account number?
Believe me, that's not a lot in there right now.
Now, what are you
We
talking
pay
about?
rent,
It's
too.
full.
Well, I mean, we know Mike Brennan. I mean, he works with you guys. So, I mean, it's pretty
Mike!
legitimate.
Yeah, shout out to
Mike.
Twisted Soul Entertainment. That's
Shout
right.
out.
Guy throws a lot of really good shows in South Orange County.
Yeah.
I see it, man. I see it. I look at you guys' show schedule and the past schedule. I mean, it's really cool to see him working hard for you guys. I mean, it's good to have that team kind of feeling too, where it's not just all you guys. Being independent is great, but to find somebody who can
you
help
need
out.
many hands tugging on that rope.
That's so true, man.
That's for sure.
Nothing like it at Mike for sure.
What are the fans like?
Well, there's Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda. We love hearing stories about individual fans.
She's fantastic. She shows up to a lot of shows. She really loves our music. I'm pretty sure she's got a picture of the band hung up in her
Everything.
room.
Signed,
Buys all our
hopefully.
records. I mean, it's great.
I love that.
We make music, and personally, I don't make music for fans. I don't make it for for business or marketing. I make it because that's what I love to do, and I'm never going to stop doing it.
Yeah.
But people like Rhonda out there. That actually listen to the music. I mean, that takes it to a whole nother level. So
They
many
actually
people
listen to it.
actually listen to the music.
Now, does she communicate with you guys like, hey, I listened to this song and this? I mean, is she? How does that feel to know that they're going into the nuances of your music?
It's really nice. I mean, her favorite song of ours is "Burn the Castle."
Yeah.
It's this dramatic rock song that deals with some of those social /
I can
political
totally see what it's about.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, But
How do you come
she
up with
loves
something
that
like
song.
that? Is that like lyrics first or the feel? Like,
Oh man, that song. I was sitting in my bedroom. I lived in the same bedroom for a very long time. Just
How long?
trying to deal with.
Very long time. Very long time.
It's really hard to make a living right now with the prices being as high as they are and wages being as low as they are. And I was sitting in my room and I was just really frustrated with the economic status I was in at the time. And it wasn't just me, a lot of my friends, they were struggling, and we're all struggling to get out of the house,
Yeah.
and make a living for ourselves. And I kind of wrote this song about dealing with the economic pressures that are put on us by some of the entities that basically run the capitalist system, and that was the influence for that song.
and it's a clear statement. I mean, there's
It's very clear. I mean, the song talks about burning castles and all that stuff, but it's the castle, the fire is a metaphor for your voice and being able to use your personal freedoms and your individuality and your right to freedom and to speech to basically make a spot for yourself in this world.
and be happy.
And yeah, that pursuit of happiness. I mean, it was talked about before the country was even founded by what's his name? Anybody got that history reference?
That was my major.
I'm gonna say James Madison so I can look like the idiot who's wrong.
No, it was
Good movie, though.
Patrick. Somebody, I don't know. Somebody said, all humans should be entitled to the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's right.
That we've got life, we've got liberty, but that pursuit of happiness has been kind of clouded over by this feeling that you've got to go do this and do that, and otherwise you're not going to make it. But it's total BS. I mean, you can make it in a lot of different ways.
Well, that's
what
the
that
thing.
song's
Like
about.
when I hear you guys' music, it's happiness. That's the first emotion that I feel.
Definitely.
And I mean, I can only imagine what it's like to come to a show of you guys. But you probably make a lot of people happy.
We certainly
That's-
certainly strive to.
I mean, writing music is what makes me the happiest. So if I can, reflect that feeling of happiness to people who are listening to it, that's great. Some bands, some people, some bands make sad music. Some people like to listen to sad music.
Sure.
And we've got those songs too, but a lot of ours are kind of aimed to be more spiritually uplifting, and sometimes they might have a sad tone. They say the best songs are the ones that have that make you feel happy and sad at the same time, and that's it's kind of fun to write a song that kind of sounds happy, but then to put some more darker lyrics to it,
Sure.
or to write a song that's kind of mysterious and dark, but then to have some uplifting spiritual lyrics to it. So
Yeah, mix up the emotion.
It's not a goal, but that's how it kind of works out.
Well, what's your guys' writing process like? Do you guys really collaborate as a group, or is it kind of one person brings in a song and the rest of you adapt to it?
May I?
Go for it.
Lately, the past about year and a half or so, what we've been doing, I've been taking over the primary songwriting duties. At least I write the music. I'll come up with a riff or a progression.
Nice.
I'll bring it into practice, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, here's something I'm working on," and then literally a couple hours later, minus the lyrics, there's a song there.
I love that.
And we've been together for so long that we really. It's really easy to play off each other. So it's just like, hey, I come up with this idea, but like already before, Andy lays down the drums or Tim puts in a bass line, like in my head, I'm like, this is probably what these guys are going to do.
Yeah.
And then we go through the song, and then
they end up filling those spaces.
Yeah.
Just as you thought.
Yeah, almost for the most part. And, if there's something that I'm feeling, or we play it out and we talk about it too. It's just like, oh, like, what if this happened here? Or what if we dropped out here, or this happened here?
Yeah.
And then it just all gets constructed that way. And it's
How long does it usually take you guys to like finish a song?
Even with the lyrics.
They're never done. How about that? Never done. I was gonna say, for me, it's like I want to be really insulting to drummers everywhere, especially self-deprecating.
Sure.
It's all the same. I'm never doing. I mean, I'm just letting things flow through my limbs essentially, and I slowly narrow down like, oh, bad idea there. I'm doing too much. And I mean, this guy the second guy to my right, he always has a very specific idea. That being Andrew,
it's a podcast,
the chief
by the way.
songwriter. Yeah, no. But we're just having a conversation here.
Audio
Take it
medium.
easy. So anyway, he usually has very specific ideas, and I think we're big on the idea of syncopation.
Sure.
It's just really cool to hit that upbeat together.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, totally.
We dig that shit. We like to keep our listeners on
Sure.
their toes.
I love that. And so you map those out. I mean, you guys, there's purpose behind you guys'.
Same with both. Everybody as a songwriter, really, they always have key points on like rhythms to unify on, or
Sure.
like there's always a little kink in each of their new songs. That's what I dig most, I think.
And are all those ironed out before you go into the studio, or do you leave some for some studio magic when you show up?
We don't have enough money to go into the studio and dick around. We go into the studio and we lay that down as best as we can
and efficiently.
Arrangements are solid before we go in there, but like I said.
Do you guys go in for like a song at a time, or do you guys have a collection that you usually have? in
No,
mind?
last time our last album that we did, Alaeddin Side, we had all the songs written. We went in, knocked them out pretty quickly actually, and then.
What was that like? Was it a live take, or did you guys do tracks?
We did. We would do everything like as a band first, and kind of have bass tracks that way. Really, we recorded all as a band for the drums. And we got the drums down first, and
right.
then we laid everything on top of it: bass, guitars, vocals, and stuff like that. So we went in for a band. I think was it just like one weekend that we knocked everything out?
Nice.
It was like 3 days total. We did all the bass tracks.
Yeah.
And
how many songs?
It went really quick.
11 tracks over a weekend.
Yeah, and then individually, like I went in for like one night, like a 4 or 5 hour session, and then just redid stuff that, because like some of the scratch tracks actually worked out really well in that first weekend, and then I would like lay down leads over stuff.
Let's say I wanted to listen to this album. Is there a place I can go to listen to your guys' music?
Absolutely. I mean, it's out there on the major distribution channels, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Some of the songs we turned into music videos, and we did them all in-house.
Good.
And, you can find them on YouTube.
I think I saw San Clemente earlier.
Yeah, San Clemente's on there. We took the drone out and flew it around and set up on the pier at
So
like 6
cool.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Tried
that
not
was fun.
to piss off the fishermen too much.
Of course.
Dude, that was funny because I remember getting there like 5 a.m. to like start setting up or whatever, and somebody had camped at the end of San Clemente Pier. There was just a tent, and what we wanted to do, we wanted to have ourselves like so we'd be facing San Clemente, so like the drone would be facing out towards the ocean behind us, and then I get there like that's not gonna.
Oh my god.
I'll curse. That's not
Yeah,
gonna fucking
fuck it.
happen
go ahead.
because some dude's napping. In a fucking tent on San Clemente Pier. It was hilarious.
You could have said that wasn't gonna fly.
Oh!
Wait, pass, and then we'll go.
Fucking bird.
So what did you do? Did you like knock on his tent?
No, he stayed there. They watched. I
sir.
mean, the people there actually enjoyed it.
I'm sure they did.
Not every day a bunch of long-haired hooligans show up to San Clemente Pier at the crack of dawn and start playing music, especially a song about San Clemente.
Yeah, and
I
it was,
love that.
and it was kind of cool because like in the video, because like we recorded over a couple of hours that morning, and then naturally, it being San Clemente and the beach, people were walking around on the pier, so we just get random pedestrians. They're just walking around while we're playing music. Some of them are having a good time. Some of them don't know what the hell's going on. And some of them are probably annoyed by us. So it was a big
Fun
range of
mix.
emotions from all these people. But it was kind of cool just to kind of have like that organic audience just around.
Cool.
How long was it? Like an all-day type of deal?
No, it lasted probably. I mean, we ran through it maybe 5-6 times until we got the take. Yeah, it lasted maybe 30 minutes was it.
That's pretty quick,
I
right?
love that.
Music videos typically take like a really long time to record.
Not for us.
Not for us.
Well, and that was the main shot, but we'd also gone around. We went out down to San Onofre as well a couple weeks prior to that. Just got some shots of us hanging out, and Chris and his wife did everything in terms of editing and putting everything together. So they did the bulk of the work on that. We just shut up and tried to look our best.
Sure.
Tried.
We've got, sorry, we're going to cut this out, but somebody's just saying that they're going to come in for a voice lesson at 11:30. That's not going to happen. So I just have to send that text.
Tell them to get the hell out of here. Well, I saw your guys' website. I think it was a joke, but you guys, all of your hair measures out to be about 6 feet. Have you guys actually measured your hair? Because I'm like,
sure
I've
we're
been
well
literally
over
in my head as you guys have been talking to me, like, that's like 1.5 feet. That's 2 feet.
Exactly. My estimate was based on 1.5 feet per band member. So
I think it actually grew by an inch while we were talking to you.
Yeah, we noticed. So how did you guys find each other? I mean, who was the first to kind of start this whole thing?
I mean, I started a version of this band, like I said, in 2012-ish. I mean, I had been trying to start bands for a long time. I was trying to start bands in high school. Anybody who's tried to start a band in high school knows it's really difficult to do. I mean, people are flaky. People don't have cars. My bass player had cheer practice and wouldn't come to band practice because he wanted to go to cheer practice.
Ooh.
I mean, it was just wild. And so finally, 2012, I was actually in an 80s hair metal band and
That makes sense.
an original band with this guy here, Andy, the drummer. We were in a band with some friends of Andy's from high school, and that band actually got put on hold. So Andy and I ended up basically starting a band with a couple people I knew back then, and Tim actually started the band too. Tim, the bass player here, he used to play electric lead guitar for us.
Yeah, I was not the cheerleader bassist. This is an alternate time.
He was the experimental lead guitar player.
Yes.
Is what he was. And we started then and found Andrew along the way at a party, and Tim switched over to bass at one point, and we ended up with the lineup we have now, and it's basically just been going for 5 years now. Wow. So
Nice.
Do you guys, it's obvious if you guys have about 50, 60 songs, no set is the same, right?
no set's ever going to be the same
No.
because the live feeling, first of all, there's mistakes that you have to turn
Sure.
into live versions of the song.
Sure.
And second of all, I mean, when I sing, I try and really immerse myself into the moment. And I think all of us do to a degree. So the tempo's going to be a little bit different depending on the room.
Yeah.
My feelings about the song are going to be a little bit different depending on where I'm at personally.
Sure.
So it's never going to be the same. I mean, we're a rock band. We're a very organic rock band. rock band, similar to like Led Zeppelin, where you go out and you're not gonna get the recorded version of the song when
That's
you go
not what
out.
people want. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it is. I mean, some people want to show up to a Foo Fighters concert and they want the Foo Fighters to do exactly what the Foo Fighters do on the record. Well,
Yeah.
we're not that kind of a band.
I love that. I love that.
We try and leave a little bit more room for the moment and the live moment. And
Well, how do you guys pick your songs? Or do you guys have a set that you guys stick to, more or
It's
less?
usually on the single.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of depends as well. Like this past week, we gigged twice, and one was a 45-minute set, and we kind of picked everything out ahead of time. Most of those, or all of those, were all original songs. And then for New Year's, we played down at the Carmen Bar in Laguna Niguel, and we did a mix of covers and originals.
Yeah.
And then that time we brought everything out. And that one we kind of played it by ear as well, because as Chris was saying, he tries to immerse himself. Or I'm sorry, CJ. I said the wrong name.
Chris is fine.
Okay.
Chris or CJ.
Word.
Love it.
I forget. But like sometimes when we're playing those longer bar gigs, maybe we'll play a couple of songs and we'll realize, oh, these guys are not getting in. The crowd's really responding to more reggae, so then we'll play more reggae or classic rock, or just along those lines. And we're able to, since we have so many songs that we know, originals and covers, we're able to kind of adapt to that and be like, okay, instead of like this song we had on the list, let's go over here.
I love that.
And do a couple of these so everyone kind of gets into it.
Actually, I would prefer if we would get back to playing the same set list every time we play.
Why?
Because at one point, this guy, my singer, podcast listeners, this guy, he put together something called what was it? It was the chronology of rock and roll.
It was like a rock and roll time machine.
Yeah. Where every cover we play is in chronological order in order of its release.
Oh, sweet.
And I think it begins with The Animals' "House of the Rising Sun," which is something we started many of our sets with over the last many years.
What a song.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it sends a clear message of where we come from and what we're here to do.
Sure.
I think every time we do it.
Even vocally, that's an explosive vocal line.
He does it. My man here.
Yeah.
It's a good
Nice,
introduction to his stylings.
Maybe we can hear that.
I hope so.
How did you guys select the 3 tunes? Or were you guys told you guys are doing 2 songs or 3 songs?
Both.
Up to you.
Honestly.
Right.
We'll play as many as
We
you want.
got more where that came from.
Sweet. Well, we've got 2 that will be on the show, and then we got the third one exclusive to our Patreon subscribers. So how did you guys pick the 3?
Well, we thought about what we thought the people would like of our particular material. We're going to play... actually, I think 2 of the songs we're going to play that we've decided on isn't fully... Actually, have Hard and Soft, have those been released?
Yeah, we have some live releases.
But they're not online or anything like that, are they?
Yeah, they're on Spotify. I mean, you can hear them out there on Spotify. We recorded our latest run of songs in our studio, Storage Room 20. And...
Is it an actual storage room?
Yes.
We'll have to
it is an actual storage room.
That's
We line the walls with blankets and all sorts, egg cartons and all sorts of stuff. And I set up my recording gear in there, and for months and months we ran through and we recorded these songs. And one night we just we had a really good feel, and I took all the recordings and put them on a disc and threw them out there on Spotify. So they're out there.
And then are you guys happy with the whole thing about streaming as opposed to buying merch, or do you guys have merch that you guys sell at the shows?
Yeah, we do, but I've never been a big. I mean, I'm a businessman in my day job, but with my music, I almost separate business from pleasure in the music aspect, which is a lot of people would argue that that's not the way to do it, but to me, that's where the purest art comes in, is when you've separated yourself from the money aspect of making art.
Yeah.
We're music makers, not music merchants.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we
I
do
love
have
that.
some leftover
Nice.
merch, and if you talk to us at a show, we can get you a shirt. We can get you, some of our merchandise. But it's not a focus for us.
It's about the music.
At
really.
this point. When we get to a point where somebody else can manage that for us, and it becomes a business aspect, then that's fine. But right now, I mean, personally, I don't focus on that, and I don't think anybody else in this band focuses on that.
Most of the bands we
So,
bring in feel that same way too. If they didn't have to deal with any of that stuff, they would rather not.
Yeah. So we don't. I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to do anything we don't want to do. So sometimes we just don't do it.
I love that. What is the biggest joy out of being in the Whereabouts? Let's go around the room.
Beating stuff up, obviously.
By stuff, you just to be.
Do you want me to elaborate on that?
Sure.
I hit things. That's what I do. I want to do it for a living. Damn it! I get to hit
you
things.
do it well, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, the best thing for me, obviously, is that I get to do what I love and make music. But being in the Whereabouts specifically, I mean, these are guys that I've been with the longest in any musical group. And these guys have showed up to practice, showed up to shows, every practice, every show. And that is so hard to find in the music industry.
Absolutely.
People that just show up. Yeah. And, I mean, that's the greatest thing for me is having, reliable friends and musical partners that I get to make music with. And I get to rely on them, and I get to show up to things like this, and I know everybody's going to be there, and for the most part on time. And that's
a beautiful thing.
That's the best thing for me is I get to have this long-standing band, and we're not going anywhere. We got 5 years in the past. I'm looking forward to another 25 years in the future doing this, and that's the best thing for me is just having that in my life. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that.
I love performing. That's my number one thing. I get to perform with my friends and shake my hair around on stage. It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, yeah. What a feeling.
Tim, what does Cousin It sound like? Thank you.
I don't know, I've always compared it to like a sports team. Like if you were in baseball or soccer, you got a community, you're going out there, you're doing what you love, you're keeping active.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of one of those things where if I didn't have music, and I'm sure everyone would agree, I would probably have lost my mind.
Yeah.
So here's to keeping sanity.
Or regaining it after.
You're telling me. Piece it together, little by little.
I love it.
Well, we are really excited to hear you guys play. I got to briefly hear a little bit during you guys' sound check, and I'm really excited. So why don't we move into the other room and hear you guys play?
Well, all right, then. I have to make a little appointment outside.
Sure,
if I may.
sure.
Poor Andy's like, my drums.
All right, here we go. Coyote, take one.
Why we act this way, but we know it's because the world is changing, and so am I. I'm floating through a lifetime, I feel fine. Seems like you never really held on to the corpses that you found. Are you waiting out for the time you get to kill? No, you know. You're never running on your own, but in the night you sound so lonely. I wonder where you
Thank you. I'm not
All
best
right.
out of tune voice here.
This next song we're going to do is called Anti-Gravity Amplifier. It is a love song.
Get my falsetto voice ready.
Anti-Gravity Amplifier, take one. Lightning flashes on the Adriatic, and I'm looking from the windows of a palace. From the ceiling of the sky, the rain comes falling down. Mother Earth maintains her balance. If I was the moon hanging out high in the sky, I would shed all my light on you. If you were the sun, a day would not go by. Take off my shirt and feel your love so pure. Na, 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 na. I wanna feel you with summer thunder. Na, 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 na. I wanna feel you with the autumn rain. I met you on the birthday of a fellow rebel soul. Well, I saw you and I got so high. The center of my world shifted to your eyes. My balance swept aloft, I fell right in. Now the world cannot surround us as we swim beyond its reach. Out there we float above it all. I am lifted up by you, my force of nature. Anti-gravity amplifier. Na, 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 na. I wanna be with summer's thunder. Na, 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 na. I wanna be with the autumn rain. Na, 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 na. I wanna be with, oh, winter's lightning. Oh, na, 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 na. I wanna be your man when your spring begins.
bass towards the end.
Little hiccup there.
That was so good. So good.
For you to be so soft spoken, man, your voice is just like
Explosions.
huge.
Holy shit, you guys!
That was so incredible.
That was incredible.
God,
Thank you.
so tight.
Yeah, I'm amped up.
Everything, the drums. I mean, just the overall balance of you guys.
Yes.
You guys' vocals together just
Yeah,
work,
it's
man.
Definitely.
It's a good
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah, that falsetto dialed in, my friend.
Tim's harmonies are
I mean,
unbelievable. I love harmonizing with him.
You guys are a great duo as far as the vocals are concerned. Really incredible.
the whole setup just brought so much energy. You know, like it's Saturday morning to those who are listening. And this is all behind the scenes. It's Saturday morning. I'm tired. I'm hungover. I show up and I'm amped up. I'm gonna go fight somebody.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna kick down this. I'm gonna throw myself through this window and just go start.
There's a
beating up
really
homeless
sweet,
people.
there's a really sweet homeless dude down the street. Let's go beat him up and come back.
Well, you drag me down a little bit.
Sounds like we need to bring back Saturday morning cartoons.
Seriously, seriously.
What a joy it's been. I mean, you getting to know you guys on a
Yeah.
personal level too.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are a great bunch of guys, and just the musicality, man. I hear so many different influences, even on the drums, man. I mean, you are definitely your own. You don't copy anybody but yourself, man. It's
Thanks for letting me
awesome,
smash on your drums, bro.
dude.
This
honor.
Saturday morning early.
Total honor, man.
Real quick, where can we find you guys on social media?
The.whereabouts on Instagram,
Okay.
of course. Whereaboutsarwe.com is our our old school website
Sure.
for people who still peruse those types of things. Go on, bro. Go ahead.
Subscribe.
Well, we're definitely going to share you guys' music
Yeah, absolutely.
on our social media sites, and I mean,
Thank you.
we're big fans. And the good thing is, thank God you guys are local because we can't wait to see you guys live.
Definitely.
We're
Yeah,
actually
when's the
playing
next?
tonight in Sunset Beach.
Man, I'm in Riverside.
Mothers.
When's your next one? When's your next one?
Oceanside. On,
Larry's
the
Beach
11th.
Club on the 11th next weekend, next Friday.
That I
Perfect.
can do.
And just hypothetically, if this episode wasn't coming out for 3 weeks because it's where in the future can we find you guys? I think I saw you had a show in February.
God, it's-
I think I saw you.
We
on the
play
website.
lots
we
at
have,
the
we have
Carmen
a
Bar in
manager for
Laguna
these
to go.
things.
Let's plan out further.
Is it February 23rd?
Oh boy, I don't know. We play at Carmen Bar a lot, but you can see our tour dates on our website and our Facebook. Our
Good.
Facebook is facebook.com/thewhereabouts.us.
Okay.
Because there was an Irish band. They've changed their name since, but
Cool.
oh, there's not enough time left to get into that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Too many whereabouts, not enough time.
I did mean to bring that up during the episode. That's fine.
But it's the .whereabouts on Instagram.
The dot whereabouts. Still trying to get the whereabouts, but yeah, it's tough.
The dot works. I mean, we're
Hey,
granted
we'll
dot
get there,
records, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we had a fantastic time listening to you guys, and I know I had fun just getting to know you guys.
So good, man.
Yeah.
So good.
You guys are tremendously talented, and we can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Yeah.
Well, you are all too kind.
We really appreciate you having us here and letting us play and helping us get our music out there. Of
course.
really appreciate it.
We'll do
Thank
all
you
we
for
can.
having us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, that's going to do it. See, I can't do it.
Nice.
That's going to do it for us here at Granite Radio at the beautiful Granite Records in the frigid, icy wastes of Orange County, California. It is so goddamn cold. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Lightning flashes on the Adriatic, and I'm looking from the windows of a palace. From the ceiling of the sky, the rain comes falling down. Mother Earth maintains her